There are several stories in The Bloodied and the Broken that are very sad, very tragic. Okay, chapter 2 is about the honeymoon killers, Raymond Fernandez and Martha Beck. Okay, this was a murderous duo who were executed in the 1950s. Okay, and Raymond Fernandez grew up skinny, self-conscious, in a kind of macho culture. And his father was always very disappointed in him, very angry with him, and was very abusive. Okay. Now, they left Spain for the United States, but unfortunately, it was during the time of the Great Depression. There wasn't all that much opportunity there. So Raymond Fernandez grew up a skinny boy, being mistreated by his dad, but also identifying with his dad, as many child victims do, because his dad seemed to have the strength. Okay. And when he grows up, Raymond Fernandez becomes a sweetheart swindler. Okay, he basically wines and dines these women, makes it out that he's going to romance them. He romances them. He's going to marry them, gives them the impression that he's going to marry them, and basically just rips off their money. Now, he tries to do that with this woman named Martha Beck, but instead of ripping her off, they became crime partners. Now, Martha Beck had a glandular problem, and because of this glandular problem, she was overweight, very overweight, regardless of whether she overate or not. Okay, and the two of them got together, and the crimes became increasingly violent. And part of the reason I think they became increasingly violent was that together, Martha Beck and Raymond Fernandez exacerbated the worst qualities in each other. Okay, and they ended up murdering women, and they also ended up usually, women who were seeking the love of their lives. Okay, and he would, when they would go into a woman's house, it was always the story that was told was always that, she was the sister, or Martha Beck was his sister. Not that she was his girlfriend. And anyway, while they were awaiting execution, Martha wrote poetry. Memo to Ray. Remember, sweetheart, the night that you and I, side by side, were sitting, watching o'er the moonlit sky, fleecy clouds were flitting. How close our hands were linked there. When, my darling, when will they be linked again? What to me the starlight still, or the moonbeam splendor, if I do not feel the thrill of your fingers tender? Nice love poem, isn't it? Nice love poem from one monster to another. Okay. Then she also wrote, I would like to shout my love for you to the world. They were executed at Sing Sing on March 8th, 1951. On the last day of her life, Martha Beck set a goal for herself and pitifully failed to keep it. She was upset by the many references to her as a glutton, so she decided that she would show them that her self-control by not overdoing it on her last meal. Then she changed her mind and asked for a double order of everything, and so she wasn't able to show them her self-control. She did show courage, because she walked into the electric chair on her own, and Fernandez collapsed on the death day. They carried him to the death chamber before Martha, because the tradition was to always get the most upset person out of the way first. Okay. And I just think the story of this unlikely couple, super skinny, Harley Macho Raymond Fernandez and super overweight Martha Beck and their brutal crimes against women and even children was especially interesting and also kind of especially heartbreaking because in a way you do feel for the murderers, although albeit not nearly as much as for their victims. And anyway, it's in this book, The Bloodied and the Broken by Denise No. You can find it at Amazon.